Good morning, students. The grass is really like me, written by the Kishwar Nahid. I had explained to you and given you the summary of this poem, and I forgot to give you the question answers. After some students have reminded me, sir, you have not given the question answers. That's come to my light. So okay, and today I am going to give you these question answers of the whole part. Okay, even the grammar. First, we have this glossary here. Let me explain to you from the book the glossary properly, so that you get somebody was told me, sir, if it is possible, give us a little explanation in Kannada also, so that we understand better. Okay, and I am there for you. I am ready to do anything. Okay, whatever is possible with me. Okay, unfurl. The glossary first word is the unfurl. That is means open out. Why you unfurl? Open your the secrets. That is called ಗುಪ್ಪಿತ್ರವಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳುವುದನ್ನು ಅನ್ಫೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಇದು ಕನ್ನಡ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿಡು. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಇಡು, ಓಪನ್ ಔಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ತುಂಬ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಇದು ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ಫೋಲ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಟ್ನೆಸ್. ವೆಟ್ನೆಸ್ ದ ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ನೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಮದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಡ್ಯಾಪ್ನೆಸ್, ಮಂಜಾಗಿದೆ, ತೇವಾಂಶವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮಾಯ್ಶ್ಚರ್. ಹುಲ್ಲು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಹುಲ್ಲಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೈ ಆಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನೀರು ಹಾಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನೀರು ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ನಾವು ಕೈ ಆಡಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀರು ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಮಂಜಾಂಶ ತೇವಾಂಶವಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವೆಟ್ನೆಸ್. ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್, ರಿವೀಲ್. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಡುವುದಂತ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ರಿವೀಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಲಾನ್ ಮೂವರ್. ಲಾನ್ ಮೂವರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮಷೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಕಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಮಷೀನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as a lawn mower. ಎಂಡ್ಯೂರ್, ಮೇಕ್ an effort. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಸಹಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಎಂಡ್ಯೂರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಮೇಕ್ an effort. ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು? ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ಇದ್ದವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ಯೂರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಏನೂ ಆಗಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ಯೂರ್. ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಟೆಡ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಕಸಿ ಮಾಡುವುದು. ಕಸಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಗಿಡವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಗಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹಚ್ಚುವುದನ್ನು ಕಸಿ ಮಾಡುವುದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ದ ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್, ಯುನೈಟ್ ಟು ದ ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟೆಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ದೇ ಡೂ ಫಾರ್ ದ wine grapers vineyard. They make into the vineyard, they bring the good sweet wine and then put it into a sour wine, and so that whole vineyard becomes the sweet. That is what the crafting they do it mostly. Merely means just, ಸರಿಯಾದ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀತಿವಂತದಾದ, ನೀತಿಕರ್ತರು. and the straw is a ಹುಲ್ಲು, ಒಣ ಹುಲ್ಲು. It is called ಒಣ ಹುಲ್ಲು. It is called as the ಡ್ರೈಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹುಲ್ಲು ನಾವು ಭತ್ತ ಬೆಳೆದ ನಂತರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. ಅದು ಒಣಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಹುಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಒಣ ಹುಲ್ಲು, ಮೇವು. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮೇವು ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಡ್ರೈ, ಒಣಗಿದ ಹುಲ್ಲು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್. ಓಕೆ, now let us go to the question answer. First question, answer the following questions. Okay, answer the following questions. First one, what does the poet mean by the phrase raise its head? Raise his head. Okay, the phrase raise his head means the feeling found in a woman to become an independent one. Second one, explain the phrase unfurl underfoot to fulfill itself. The phrase unfurl underfoot to fulfill itself means, as we know that the blade of the grass trips to grow despite it, is cut down by the lawn mower. In the same way, even men shifted the woman. She tries to find her identity. Third one. Refer to the line 4 and 5. Are they contrasts? Which one do you think is the poet referring to? The line 4 and the 5th. Talking about sorry, there is something problem here. I'll just check again. Be on the line. Okay, have patience. I'll refer a notebook here, not what this says. Question number 3. Okay. The line 4th and the 5th talking about the cable submission of a woman, okay, by woman itself. It means woman by her never submissive, but makes her become to do so, not giving up. Fourth one. The poet is associating herself with the grass. Why? When he says one, she referring to just herself or the entire woman flock. The poet refers to the grass because the life of the grass is similar to that of a woman. That is, as a grass cutter cuts the grass, the man not allows woman to make her identity. She is shifted by the men here. She does not talk about herself, but about the entire woman flock. Fifth one. Do you think the lawn mowers are the same in the case of the grass and the poet? As in the case of a grass, the lawn mowers cut the grass in the ground level. In the same way, the shifted the woman and not allowed her identify and keeping the submissive. Sixth one. Pick out the line from which the poet shifts the attention from the grass to a woman. Who is you? In line 11. To level woman down from this line, the poet shifts the attention from grass to the woman. The word you refers to the men. Seventh one. What does the phrase scorching defeat refer to? What does the poet mean by the words grafted or the earth? The phrase scourging defeat means the feeling of helplessness of the woman when the men were dominated on her, not only her individuality and and also her independence and grafted on the earth means she remains on an ordinary one without any importance like dried stalks, like dried straws. Ninth one, sorry, eighth one. No, ninth one. Eighth one. What is the poet trying to tell us in line 18 and 19? The poet says that when the woman asked for their right, they simplified, shifted down without any mercy into sorrow, so they become straws even though they are alive. Ninth one. But neither the earth's nor women's desire to manifest a life dies. Explain the meaning of the above lines. Even though the grass being cut down repeatedly, it continues to grow similarly. Man tries to shift the independence of the woman. She continues to struggle for it. Now comes as the figure of speech, C2. That is, okay, the one thing, first one they have done to you in the book itself. I will read and I will tell you. The grass is also like me. That is called the simile, S-I-M-I-L-E, similarity. Okay, grass is like also like me. That is also. This speaks about the similarity. Okay, so it is called as a simile. Second one. As soon as it can raise its head, the lawn mower, obsessed with the flattening into the velvet, moves to the down again. Here there is a personification, personal feelings of both non-being and the being. Non-being is the grass and the being is the woman. That is what the relation which we have here. Okay, it is a personal personification. Understood? The man was identified very clearly. Third one. But they are merely a straw, not a grass. Okay, here metaphor, the something fading away. Okay, something is not true. It looks like a straw, it says, but it is not true, no? That is called the metaphor. Okay. The next one. Fear is the tax that conscience pays to guilt. Here also this is called the metaphor. The next one. Work is a food for noble minds, and this also called as a metaphor, statements. Now we get like, no? The one word consists of lot of meaning, that is called the metaphors. And here last one. Man feeds God as he needs water and oxygen. Man feeds God as he needs water and oxygen. This is also called a similarity between the water, the living things, water and the oxygen, similar. Okay. Now comes as the further one, appreciation, that is the A2, phrases that are associated with a certain ideas. One phrase you say and some ideas will be there. That is what is called. Okay. What is that? It is like using the word from the dictionary. Okay. Unfurled underfoot. Unfurled underfoot. That is called trying to free itself. To be open up. not to close up yourself, to be open up. That is called try to free yourself. Answer is try to free yourself. Next, fulfill itself. That is called prosper. Prosper, Prosper. Third one, scourging sense of shame. Answer is with one word, embarrassment. Embarrassment, EMBARRASSED, embarrassment. The next one, fourth one, heat of emotions. Heat of emotions, insult, INSULT. Next, scourging defeat. Scourging defeat, that is called shameful defeat. ಮರ್ಯಾದೆಯ ಸೋಲು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, shameful defeat. Next, raise its head. It means to be proud. PROUD, proud. The last one, make way for the mighty. Make way for a mighty. Answer is outshine. OUTSHINE. And then you can write a little bit about the poet if you want. Okay, and it's good to keep the poet's full details. I will read to you and you will make a notes. Kishwar Nahid was born in Bulandshahr, Uttar Pradesh in 1940. She is one of the best known women poets of Pakistan. She has written a collection of her traditional ghazals, GHAZALS, ghazals. She has also written for children and for the daily newspaper. Her poetry has been translated into English and Spanish, SPANISH. Her well-known poem, write it in the inverted commas, double inverted comma, We Sinful Women, inverted comma close, was translated and edited by Rukhsana Ahmad, KHSANA Rukhsana Ahmad, AHMED, and published in London by the Women's Press in 1991. She had the position of a Director General of the Pakistan National Council of Arts before her retirement. Thank you. See you soon of the next video.